In today's video, I am going to be checking out Paul George and what makes him so special in the NBA. If you are playing the same position as Paul George or just want more information and knowledge on what he does so well in the game so that you can emulate him on the court, this is definitely the video for you. So let's get down, let's check out Paul George. If you want to be able to shoot the basketball from further away, make sure to go check out my shooting workout that is down in the description below. But also, if you like the idea of me being able to write on this app, the app is down there as well too in the description. Okay, so really quickly, in this game, Paul George scored a massive 38 points. How did he do that? Well, one of the ways is what we see right here. And he was able to take a quick jab step, creates that distance between himself and Shea, and that allowed him to be able to make that shot. So really quickly, when you are posting up a player, you're obviously going to have your back to the player. Now, this is good and bad. You can use this to your advantage. You can look over your shoulder for weak side cutters. However, eventually, if you want to score, you're going to have to turn around. So Paul George right here, he does a quick reverse pivot. Now he's facing up his man. His man has to take a quarter step back because now he's worried about Paul George attacking. If Paul George attacks, he is probably going to score. That's the same as when you're out on the perimeter. If your back is to the net, you are no longer a threat, so the defender can really go up and pressure you hard. He then takes a quick jab towards that player, towards the right side, which created that distance, and Shea had his hands down as well. Anytime a player gives you just a bit of distance, they step back because now you faced up to the rim. They're going to give you space, and if their hands are down, as we see right here, that can allow you, if you've got a good mid-range, to be able to get up and get that shot with a high release point like Paul George does. Okay, so right here we have him missing a shot and getting a rebound. When he gets that rebound, he loses it. Players are trying to hack away at the ball. Remember, your hand is part of the ball, so that's just how it is. They're going to be hacking away if you don't have it above your head. So it gets sent loose out to Kawhi Leonard. At this time, watch what Paul George does. What allows him to score right here. And that is when he sees that Kawhi Leonard gets that ball, guess what? He clears out. They stay with the postman. Paul George clears out because now the defense here is worried about Kawhi Leonard attacking the basket. Kawhi Leonard is a very good player, so obviously he's going to be in attack mode. He draws the attention of every single defender that is on the other team, and because Paul George was able to move off ball to get himself out of the key and out to the perimeter, that allowed no defensive players to follow him because they're not paying attention to him, they're paying attention to the ball. Now, because he moved off ball, he is now wide open for that three-point shot. So, of course, this is a fantastic shot. Now, watch the off-ball movement here. This is nothing like Steph Curry or anything like that, but we can see that when he's on this wing, he moves up. Obviously, this is part of the offense that they're running. However, that skip pass comes across. Where is Paul George running now? He's running off ball again. We have plays for a reason. This is one of their plays that they are running. The idea behind a play like this is to try and get perimeter shots or to attack the paint, collapse the defense, and kick it out for a perimeter shot. The three-point shot is a very valuable option in basketball as long as you can hit them. So, by moving off ball here, he's able to then receive that pass. He does make this three, but watch his footwork. Footwork is extremely important. When he's running up towards this ball, what we see right here, he's trying to time his steps. He's got his hands up. This is important. Too many people, too many youths, too many young people who don't have their hands up ready to catch that ball to shoot. When Paul George is running towards that ball, watch, he times it, left foot. Now he's going to take a big right step right there. That is timing it so that when he catches it, in the sense he's in the air, but this is going to be his pivot foot right here. He's able to catch it on the right, brings his left foot over. He's already knowing he's going to shoot this ball before he even catches it. If you are going into a situation receiving the pass and you don't already know what you're about to do because you were not reading the defense, guess what? You are now at a disadvantage. You have to know exactly what you're going to do before you even do it. And that's what we see right here. If we go back just a little bit, watch this. Big step, gets that ball, and then he's able to rise up for that shot right there. That player is not going to be contesting it all that much. He's just going to have his hand up. Nobody wants a foul along the three-point line. So that was a good shot because he knows that he's not going to get blocked. Again, knowing exactly what you're going to do before you even do it. Here he's getting fronted by his defender. Nobody likes to have an easy entry pass into the post. Everyone wants to front this, and this pass is able to get through. This player is able to read the pass because the Clippers are fronting right here, which doesn't allow this player to intercept that lob pass. He's getting fronted here, but he's got his hand up right there. At this point, he knows that he's going to receive that pass. Depending on how far away he feels that his man is going to be if he's going to take that shot. At this point, he looks over his shoulder as soon as he catches it. He's worried about this man. He's worried about his man. And at this point, he knows he's going to go up for that shot. Now, he froze for a bit. He froze right there. This could be one of two reasons why he froze. One, it could have been a fake to see if this guy gets into the air. If he does, he would have drove past him, and then Plumlee would have moved over here. This would have been a pass to Plumlee for a basket. But because Shea didn't jump for that hesitation, Paul George was able to go up for that shot knowing that he was not going to get blocked. The reason why I say this is because at this point, he freezes to see if Shea was going to jump. If Shea doesn't jump right away off of that just quick freeze, well, that means that you're going to have a wide open shot. Even though this is a contested shot, it's within the rhythm of Paul George, which means that it's not contested. He didn't get rushed. See, a bad shot is if you rush your shot. If you try to push it or you try to shoot earlier or later than you normally would. Actually, I'm going to give you a really good example right here as to the mindset of a starter versus a bench player. So if you are currently a bench player, you know not to do this. But if you're a starter, you know that you could probably get away with this. So they're passing this ball along the perimeter. The ball gets down to Paul George. At this time, we have a man who's walking towards the middle of the key to cover Plumlee in this zone. We have a couple of guys who are sprinting down worried about the paint, and we have a guy closing out hard. We see that Paul George is wide open. He's not going to be rushing his shot at all. He goes straight up like a normal shot. He's not being contested. Even though there's a hand up, he is not being contested. He's not trying to rush that shot early. If you're a starter, generally speaking, you can get away with a shot like this. The coach is going to look at you and say, okay, it was within your time span. You're not rushing it. You're not going too slow. You weren't freezing. That's a good shot. Now, if you're a bench player and you've got a player who's closing out on you, you probably already have a shorter leash than a starter anyways. You're probably going to get yanked if you don't make the right pass. And I'm not saying this is the right pass right here, but this should have been a shot fake, bounce pass down to the post player who could then go in for the shot himself. Or if these guys collapsed, he could have kicked it out for a three on the opposite side. So I'm not saying that this is a good shot for all players. For some players, depending on your situation with your team, it may have been a better pass or a better option to pass to the post player, as he would have a greater chance of scoring than potentially you out on the perimeter, potentially getting rushed for a shot. It all comes down to the situation and your team and your coach. Now, this is something that a lot of players don't do, and that is cut off ball to get behind their man. But obviously, we have a good passer in Plumlee who can get that ball down to Paul George. Now, when Paul George gets that ball, watch what he does. He's getting his body into, right here, in a second, into these players, right here. He makes that contact first, and then he stretches out towards the left side. He makes body contact. That way, by making that body contact, he's using his body as a shield to the ball. This will allow him to get that shot off without getting blocked. So by using your body, getting that foul call, and using your body to be able to basically protect the ball from getting blocked, you're going to be very successful. Make sure to go check out my shooting workout that is down in the description below if you are looking to shoot the basketball from further away. I hope that these tips help you become a better basketball player, potentially get more time on the court, and score more points. If it does, hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll see you guys again next time.